Good morning, hello, welcome back to another vlog of me going to see a movie in cinema. Hopefully. So, yeah, as the title says, I am going to see the new Mario movie on the day after it came out. Now, I did try to go see it yesterday. That was a mistake because it sold out rather quickly. I tried going to the first performance, the first showing at 11 o'clock yesterday. It was packed because, a lot of kids are off on holiday, for their Easter break. And then I was like, okay, I'll go for the next showing, which was 20 past 1. I looked at the tickets whilst I was having lunch to see, just to see what seats were there. That was almost gone. It's the same with the next one. And for some odd reason, in my local cinema, after a certain point in time, they upped the ticket price. Like, me going up as far as 1 o'clock in terms of trying to go to see the movie, tickets are $9.95. But when it gets to 3 and on, then the tickets jump up to $12.90. So that's a bit weird. But this is the final attempt that I'm going to do, otherwise I'm going to have to push this video back to when I can see it, when when the kids are back at school. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, it's 8:30. I have a lot to do today. The first thing is to go watch the new Star Trek episode. So I'm going to go do that. Okay, so finished the episode of Star Trek Picard. I enjoyed it. Can't wait to see how it ends, in the next 2 weeks. Well, yeah, I have about 11 minutes until my bus into town. So I am getting ready. Okay. Bag, phone. I'll be getting my house keys outside. And wallet. I am good to go. My headphones are in my bag from yesterday. This is an attempt. So, time to head over to the bus stop. Okay, so this footage is actually from my attempt yesterday because when I left to go get my bus, I didn't really vlog at all. And instead of having this footage go to waste, why not use it? And so, yeah, this was, like I said, filmed yesterday at my first attempt to go see the movie at the exact same time as I got the bus in the first time. So now I'm actually walking up to go check one of the charity shops whilst I kill some time. The St. Vincent de Paul charity shop here that I go in not as frequently but semi-frequently. And they've actually rearranged everything. And so I don't really look at everything. I just look at a few things in that on camera, and then I stop whilst I go and look around a bit. I ended up picking up a manga book, which you'll see at the end of the month for that pickups video. But yeah, even with what I saw, there just wasn't really anything. Now I'm in CEX, and I did actually pick up the original Evil Dead, because why not? And now we're actually on footage from today. This was filmed after I had actually gone to see the Mario movie, but I decided to put it in before, just for reasons, I guess. But yeah, this is one that I go to once a week at this charity shop. Okay, I'm at the cinema, a bit too early, and in quite a bit of pain. My abdominal lymph nodes is now on the right side, and wasn't that bad when I left, but I clearly should have taken a painkiller. So now I wait. Okay, I'm literally just in the door, so if I look like shit, I apologize. It's also like a really, really nice day out. So the Mario movie. First of all, the theater experience, being in the cinema. Did I have a good one? Yes, surprisingly. because as I said yesterday, opening day arc must have been for like the morning part. It was definitely full. Arc Cinema is my local cinema, by the way. And then of course, as I said, I didn't want to go when the prices were more than what I'm willing to pay for a cinema ticket. Like, I'm fine paying the $9.95 plus the getting a small popcorn, bringing it up to $14.90 instead of just paying $12.90 for a ticket. Um, so yeah, if whenever I'm doing these vlogs where I go to the cinema, I'm usually always going to go in the earliest showing that I can. Um, but yeah, no, I genuinely had a good theater experience. It wasn't as packed as I thought it would be. I still had a row to myself. The row that I picked. I picked the outside seat, and that was close to the steps, and which I specifically picked that so that way if other people bought the seats next to me, I wouldn't then have to wait for them to get up and leave. I'd be able to get out first. So yeah, theater experience, I had no issue. There was very little talking going on throughout the movie. Like there was a lot of people, getting up, going to the bathroom or getting a drink or what have you. That I don't mind. It didn't really take away from my experience in the cinema. So, the Mario movie, as spoiler-free as I can get. How was it? What did I think of it? Well, I enjoyed it for what it was. As a Mario movie, the plot is somewhat different to what you normally get in a Mario game, because in the Mario games, you're always tasked with saving the princess. Well, in this movie, Princess Peach actually does stuff. She actually fights back. Whereas in the video games, that only really happens if you're playing either Mario Party, Mario Kart, or Super Smash Brothers. Other than that, in the games, Princess Peach doesn't really do much, from my experience. Now, I haven't played every Mario game, so I could be wrong. But that's just from my experience from playing the games as well as watching the cartoons growing up. But yeah, so she, like I said, Princess Peach actually done stuff in this movie, and I had no issue with the movie. Like Illumination, to me, the animation company that actually done this movie, to me has always been a joke animation company, because ever since they released Despicable Me and it was so successful, they've been milking that franchise for years and years. So the fact that they've actually done something different and it's actually really, really well done. Like, I noticed a lot of Easter eggs. Like, Princess Peach's castle looks identical to the castle scene in the N64 Mario, Mario 64, and as well as New Super Mario Bros. On DS. It looks like very identical to that, especially the glass plane image of Peach herself. That was really well done. I even noticed in the very beginning of the movie that there is a character who is voiced by Charles Martinet, who actually voices Mario and Luigi, and Wario and Waluigi. After he's done speaking, or when he's just before he speaks, you actually see a Donkey Kong arcade cab in this pizzeria, which is a massive reference to not only Donkey Kong but to Mario, because that's where Mario got his start, as Jumpman in the Donkey Kong games, fighting off Cranky Kong. So yeah, even Mario was playing. In the beginning, he was playing an OG Nintendo Entertainment System. He was playing, I believe it was Kid Icarus. Now that's as much fucking shine Kid Icarus has gotten in years. Like, it has one NES game, one 3DS game, and appearances in a few Super Smash Bros. That's it. That's all Nintendo has done with the Kid Icarus series before it got referenced in the Mario movie. And Yeah, so as well, like I said, I know I got a lot of the other references. Some that were like plain as day, like Cat Mario, Tanuki Mario, um, small tiny Mario when he eats the blue mushroom when he's fighting Donkey Kong, and yeah, like like I said, the story I have zero issue with it, but I do have some issues, just small little issues. The main one being how Mario was miscast in this movie to me. It should not have been Chris Pratt. I think they should have gone somebody else. I don't necessarily. I'm not going to say it should be Charles Martinet. I do. I would love if it had been Charles Martinet, but obviously that wasn't going to happen. Like Charles Martinet does have uh, a speaking role. He actually played Charles Martinet plays Mario's father in this movie. Um, but yeah, as for Chris Pratt as his Mario, like I got used to it by the end, to the point where I didn't mind it that much, but I still would have preferred if it had been anyone else but Chris. Not that I don't like Chris Pratt, I love him in the Guardians of the Galaxies volumes 1 and 2. I'm definitely going to see volume 3 next month. Um, but yeah, no, he was just sorely miscast in this movie. Everyone else was perfect. Like I had no issues. Like I thought I was going to have issues with Charlie Day as Luigi, but no, I thought it was actually pretty good. I definitely enjoyed his interpretation of Luigi, and obviously Anya Taylor Joy. I believe I'm saying that right. Pete overplayed Tendaguy's massive crush. She was fantastic as Princess Peach. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved her take on it. Um, Obviously, I loved Jack Black's Bowser. That was fantastic because Jack Black has actually done voice acting work in the past, and he managed to change it in a way where it's not his actual voice, but there's still Jack Black voice in there that you can tell. Um, and then like everyone else, I didn't have a problem. I didn't have any problems with. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I forgot to mention the other thing that really annoyed me a bit. I don't know why it annoyed me, but it definitely annoyed me. It was when Mario was saying "Mamma Mia." 3 times in this movie, they done it where whenever he was saying "Mamma Mia," it was always in a slow motion. It's always played in slow mo. I don't know why they done that. I don't know why it bothers me, but it bothers me. Um, and then lastly, the last thing that really bothered me is the continuous use of pop music in the movie. You know, like I didn't mind the "I Need a Hero" song. That didn't bother me. I still think Tetris's "I Need a Hero" is just as good as Shrek 2's for interpretation of "I Need a Hero." Um, then they used another song that I recognized as soon as I heard it when they reach the where the Donkey Kong and his family live. I recognized that song, but I forgot what it's called. And then they used an AC/DC song, but they never used it in full. They don't. After "I Need to Hear," they'd always use just snippets, and then it would be gone instantly. But yeah, speaking of Donkey Kong, um, I was on the fence with Seth Rogen because I've seen a lot on my TikTok for you page. It kept coming up, him saying how he doesn't do voices for when he's doing animated movies, which I did know because he was in Kung Fu Panda as Mantis, and it's instantly recognizable. The same with when he was doing Paul, voiced Paul in Paul. Um, but like I was like, he said that he specifically doesn't do voices, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of now on the fence because at that point I didn't hear it. I hadn't heard his interpretation of Donkey Kong. But when I got to that point and throughout the movie, I didn't actually mind it. I think I definitely grew to like his Donkey Kong. Um, and yeah, that's that. I honestly I did like I said I enjoyed the movie. Um, it was like for an hour and a half, you can't really go wrong. As a it's a step in the right direction with doing Mario movies. You know, after the one in the 80s, which isn't all that bad from what I can remember. I definitely need to rewatch it, but yeah, I did. Like I said, I enjoyed it despite the gripes that I mentioned. I still enjoyed it, and I got a lot of the references. You know, because I played Mario growing up. And yeah, so that's going to wrap it up. This is the latest I've ever left a video where I'm recording it the day before this video goes live. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I have to go now record the voiceover parts for this vlog, and then edit it all together. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on Monday for my Doctor Who Series 4 review. So I'll see you all on Monday.